Hey guys, welcome. If you're new here, hello, my name is Jenna. If you are not new here, welcome back to the chaos. I appreciate you for coming back and hanging out with me again. So, today I am going to play with the new Glaminatrix Cosmetics Nearly Natural palette. This is the remastered version of the original, which I also have, so I'll be showing them side by side and comparing the formula because I believe there has been a formula change. They have added more shades to this one as well, so I was basically like, it's a new palette, so I'm going to get it, and I can't get it out of the unit carton. Hold please. Sorry, I've just brightened it a little bit because the lighting. So this is what the outer carton looks like, and then this is the actual palette itself. So first major difference between the two is obviously the palette, the outside of the palette. This is just like a standard cardboard type of palette, whereas this one is PU leather and it is actually embossed as well. And it's pink, so I mean, of course I had to get it, right? And then the inside of this one looks like this. I will show the two palettes side by side so you can actually see the differences. So these are the two palettes side by side. As you can see, there are more shades in this one than there are in this one. And this one, the pan sizes are smaller, which I actually enjoy the smaller pan sizes. So yes, that's what they look like side by side. You can definitely see similarities, of course, because most of the shades in this palette have been placed in this palette. The original is a 15 pan palette and the new one is a 20 pan palette. We've got 7 brand new shades in the new palette, one of which is a completely new formula. So this one here, which is Smolder, this one is a baked formula, completely different to anything that they've done before. So I'm very interested to see what this shade looks like. The original palette, I believe that launched a couple of years ago, which I purchased on launch, I think. And then same with this. This launched a couple of weeks ago, maybe. And I purchased this on launch as well. So this retails for $85. I believe the original was fairly similar. Maybe it was more around the $70 mark, but I have a feeling I paid the same amount. Okay, so I am basically going to go, row by row, and I will swatch the old shades alongside the new shades with you. So the first shade we have is Naked Eye. So this is actually a formulation change. Oh yeah, completely different shades. So this is the new one and this is the old one. And you can tell that the formula is different. I mean, you can see that the formula is completely different. This has a lot more, it's a lot more foiled, whereas this is a little bit more of, I guess, like a toppery sort of shade. Old formulation and new formulation. That definitely feels a lot creamier as well. And I mean, they're completely different shades. Next we have Stripped Back. This looks like it's going to be relatively similar. This is the new formulation. This is the old formulation. I feel like this has a little bit more like purple in it, but we'll do the swatch. So this is old formulation and new formulation. Yeah, so this definitely has more of like that purpley sort of base to it. I actually really like this new one. I think that is beautiful. It was nice to begin with, but I think just adding that little bit more purple is really nice, is a really nice touch. Next we have is Unveiled. Now I feel like these two are going to be completely different. They look completely different in the pan. This is the old formulation, this is the new formulation. It definitely has a little bit more pink in the new formulation, but we'll swatch. So this is the old formulation and the new formulation. Yeah, you can definitely see that there's more pink. Oh yeah, definitely. See, this looks more of like a peachy sort of tone, whereas this is more pink. Sultry is the next one in the new palette, but it's a new shade, so I'm not going to swatch that just yet. I will swatch the entire palette at the end as well, so don't worry. You'll get swatches of the whole thing. Next one is Nearly Natural. New one, old one. Shade-wise, they look fairly similar. This one looks like it has a little bit more warmth to it, but old formulation, this does feel a little bit gritty too under the finger, whereas this one is much smoother. Other than the sparkle, you can see that there is more glitter particles in this one than there is this, but shade wise I think they are very, very similar, almost undetectable if it weren't for the sparkle factor, like the actual glitter particles in it. I don't think you'd be able to tell the difference otherwise. So the next crossover shade is called Barely There. This is also a matte shade. This is the old formulation, this is the new formulation. But it feels a lot softer with the new palette than it does with the old palette. So, old formulation, new formulation. So the old one actually has a bit more pinkiness to it, whereas this one leans more neutral. Okay, if you've been here before, you know that lighting is a constant struggle with me. Next one is called Untouched. Old formula, new formula. This one looks a bit warmer. Does it? Yeah. So this one has a bit more of a pink base to it, the old formula, whereas the new one, it looks more neutral. So, old formula, new formula. Yes, this is definitely leaning more neutral, whereas this is warmer, pinkier. Or is that cooler? I don't know. The next one is called New Nude, and it's like a yellowy. This one looks like it may be fairly similar. Yeah, old, new, so old formula, new formula. They look fairly similar to me. Yeah. The only real difference I can see, like shade-wise, they're pretty much spot on. But the new formula just looks creamier. It looks smoother on the skin than what the old one does. But the shade is pretty much the same. Now moving on to the next one, which is Exposed, and it's more of like a greeny gold. There's the two... old formula, new formula. So the new formula actually has a bit more yellow in it. The old one looks a bit greener. Old formula, new formula. Yeah, so the old one definitely has a bit more green in it. Yeah, you can tell when I shift it there. This one has more green, or like that, I guess, murky green, like a khaki sort of green. In it than what the new formula does. Okay, so the next shade is Raw, old, New. I feel like the old formula has a bit more, is a bit more metallic, but we'll see. So that's the old formula, new formula. The new formula feels a lot creamy on the swatch, but do you see how this just has that, it has more reflect to it than what the bottom one does? It looks a bit more wet, I guess. It has that wet look to it. This one looks slightly darker, ever so slightly darker, which you can probably see there. But other than that, the shade itself is pretty much spot on. The next shade is Second Skin. From what I can tell, just first glance, it's going to look pretty similar. Old formula, new formula. Old formula, new formula. Shade-wise, they're pretty much the same. This has a similar thing, like it has larger silver, I guess, glitter particles in it than this one, so it does look a little bit more reflective. But the shade itself, like look at that, it's pretty much exactly the same. It's just this looks lighter as it's hitting the light because it has more of those silver glitter particles in it. Sorry, this is gold particles, not silver particles. The next one is Down to Earth. Old formula, new formula. You can see just from this finger swatch that this is a little bit lighter and it has almost like a brighter sort of green tone to it. So, old formula, new formula. That doesn't seem to be as pigmented, which, I mean, that's not a bad thing. But, oh yeah, the shades are definitely different. I just added a little bit more to this bottom swatch, but yeah, they are different. This is a little bit sheerer, but it also feels more blendable. So as I said earlier, there is definitely formula changes, but it looks a little bit lighter, a little bit less pigmented, which isn't a bad thing at all, than this one. Next we have Naturally. Old formula, new formula. They look pretty much the same. So old formula, new formula. The new one feels a lot creamier, but shade-wise, I'd say they're pretty much exactly the same, right? And then the last shade we have is called Disrobe. Oh my God. And luckily so, because I am stained. So old, new, not a lot of difference, but you can tell that, you know, there is differences. So old formula, new formula. Yeah, this is definitely lighter, which I prefer it to be a little bit lighter. I always thought that this one was a little bit too dark, at least for my skin tone. People with deeper skin tones will probably disagree. But for me, having it like this is more what I prefer. That is all of the crossover shades swatched and compared for you. I might swatch out all 7 new shades for you, and then I will swatch out every shade in the new palette so you can have a look at that. And then I will do a look in the next video is probably going to be the best way to go about it. Otherwise, this video is going to be hours long, and I don't want to do that to you. You don't need to listen to me for that long. But if you want to see the look, then subscribe, ring the bell so that you're notified. That was a weird plug, but anyway, don't mind my watch mark. So I'm going to swatch them all down here for you. So the first one we have is Sultry. Oh, that's pretty. Then we've got Pure, Solace, Serene. Oh, that is beautiful. Stop focusing on my face. Then we have Smolder. This is the baked formula. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, Smolder, Essence. Oh, look at that shade. And then Cinder. These are all the brand new additions, the new shades. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so that is all of the new shades swatched for you. I think what I'll do is I'll just insert a clip of the whole palette swatched for you. Okay, so that is all of the comparisons between both palettes. If there is anything else that you want to see, let me know. If there's any more comparisons you want to do, let me know in the comments. As I said earlier, I will save the eye look for the next video, otherwise it's going to be super long, and I might even do like a 3 looks 1 palette type of thing with that video. Let me know if you picked the palette up or if you're planning on doing it, because I know it is a remastered version. A lot of people missed out on the original. And do you think it's an improvement? I personally do. I love the addition of the new shades. I think they complement the palette really, really well. I know that there will be some people who take issue with these lighter shades, because 2 of them are quite light. I personally don't have an issue with it. I think that they will be nice sort of blending shades. But obviously I haven't tried this yet, so I really have no idea. But anyway, that is it from me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I have a little human trying to open this door, so I definitely need to go. Flying around in the room. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe if you haven't already. I would very, very, very much appreciate that. And once again, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.